Many of you who watch my channel know me personally and know that I do not have a lot of friends. In fact, once you're a friend, you are no family. In fact, I've had two very close friends. One lives locally, one lives abroad since we practically left high school, and we maintain that relationship. However, over the years, obviously time and distance and all of that, we weren't so close. And fast forward to many years now, my second friend that lives locally was migrating. And I said, now what am I going to do, because I'm not good at going up to someone and striking a conversation and then we be friends after that. I honestly do not know how that works, right? And however, but I'm a great friend, I believe I'm a great friend. If you come to me and say hi and we have a conversation, we talk, that's great. But he was also migrating, and I said, Lord, I need a new friend, if both of them are away, one is so busy with school, she has no time for me, when I message her, it takes another week or two before I get a response, and so forth. And much conversation doesn't move far from how are you doing, I am fine, and I said, Lord, I need a new friend. My husband is here, but he cannot be all and everything. I want friendship. And I prayed about it, and in praying about it, I actually lost the friend that migrated before. And I guess you can say we grew apart, but it boils down to she not finding time for me. She was so busy with school and all of that, and there was no prioritizing me per se. And I was thinking, maybe I'm reading into it too much, maybe that's not the case, and she really is busy and she's really trying to focus and get her degree and all of that, for life to turn around for her. However, on her social media, I can see something totally different. She says she's busy, that's why she takes so long to respond. Yet she's scrolling on Instagram, sending me videos. Yet she's taking cruise for her birthday and all of that, and I don't know anything about it. So obviously, I'm just not a priority in her life at the moment. And I was praying about it, and I said, Lord, I need a new friend. And I lost that friend. And I was laughing to myself. So I said, Lord, how you make this happen, Why do I end up losing a friend when you say I'm praying to gain a friend? But I guess God has a better yes. When He takes something from you, is because He's making room for something better. And I came to that realization when the Lord was saying to me, call this specific person. And I was saying, Lord, I am not good at phone calls. I'm good at texting me and I respond, but actually talking kind of gets me anxious to the point where if my phone is ringing and I see the phone is ringing, it's like I go into a panic and I do not answer the phone, right? So why, Lord, are you telling me to call this person? I can't call this person. I'll just send a text message. And I keep putting off the text message as well because I'm saying, we're not friends. The way I must just randomly message her, And then one day I was at home and it came so loud in my head, like, call her. And I picked up the phone, and the person on the end was an emotional mess. And I, for one, being that I not do not like phone calls and being in the moment, it was so overwhelming. I did not know what to do. And in that moment, I just prayed to God and I said, Lord, you brought me this far and you care about everything. And if you told me to call her, you're going to give me all the words I need to say in this moment. And just like that, that is what happened. In this moment, it's like I became a guru at advice and whatever that we were discussing, and it turned out great. And since then, we have become great friends. And since on that journey of stepping outside of my comfort zone and just let the Lord leading, helping me to find friends, good Christian friends, I was at church one evening and a group of young ladies were on the inside having a very interesting conversation. I was just standing outside the window listening in. And the Lord was saying, just go inside, just go inside. And I was saying, no. And the whole emotions and everything was telling me not to. And then I said, you know what? He worked out the first prompting that he gave me, so I'm going to follow through with this one. And I went around and just planted myself in a seat and just immersed myself in the conversation. It was a beautiful sharing. It was sharing life experiences. It was everything I thought and imagined the conversation would be. It was just that. And I'm giving God thanks for self development and allowing me to be obedient. It might seem like it's a little thing when I prayed and asked God. And I'm giving God thanks for allowing me to step outside of my comfort zone. I'm a little bit more comfortable going to persons, joining sit down conversations with other persons, knowing that it's not as bad as I thought it would be. And it might sound like a little trivial, it might sound like a small thing, but for me, this path, this journey is huge, it's big, and it is not easy at all. So I'm giving God thanks for allowing me to be obedient to what He says in this little situation, and that it is turning out well in my favor.
And because my God has a sense of humor, we recently had Youth Week of Prayer. There were 7 topics to speak on, and through God's working, I was asked to speak on the topic of loneliness in the city. Here's a little bit of how that went. It's also feeling disconnected and isolated from others, which can lead to serious issues like depression, anxiety, and low self esteem. Can we agree to that? Alright, so there was a period in my life, I guess more recently, where I felt this sense of loneliness, right? So I know that I'm friendly. I know that I can come up here and take the mic and say good night and have a decent presentation and get the feedback from the congregation, but I am not one to come to you and say, hi, my name is Shanike, what's yours, right? I am not the one to come and show myself friendly, but if you come to me, then hi, you're in my pocket, we're friends, but I won't be the one to step out and say, how are you? And I remember we were having an AY program, and it was about evangelizing and being friends with everybody.
So this stretching of myself and stepping out of my comfort zone, and this being the tool of recording, of developing that muscle of consistency and following through to what I say I'm going to do, I am also adding that I'm giving God thanks for day 2 of consistency. And in my next video, we also talk about another area in my life that God is stretching.